Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new elite family of woods and irons from Callaway.
All year long, Golf Channel will be taking a look back 25 years at Tiger Woods' remarkable 2000 season when he completed the first 3 legs of the Tiger Slam and won 9 times on the PGA Tour. You heard Sir Nick just mentioned Tiger's dominance at Pebble Beach during the U.S. Open, where the runner-ups were 3 over, and as I mentioned, Woods was 12 under, so it's a 15-stroke margin. And Woods' remarkable 2000 season is the focus of a new book by author Kevin Cook called The Tiger Slam, the inside story of the greatest golf ever played. It starts at the U.S. Open. It takes us through Tiger's Open win at the Old Course and his thrilling playoff win with Bob May at Valhalla during the PGA Championship. And the author, Kevin Cook, is here with us in studio. Kevin, you were senior editor at Golf Magazine. You worked at Sports Illustrated as well. What made you want to write about not only Woods, but this season in particular? You've written, what, this 13th book?
This is. It's the most important because it's the most recent and about such a fascinating event. And initially, to me, I was surprised it had been 25 years. It seemed so vivid, I think, to a lot of golf people. It seems very recent, at least relatively recent, 25 years. And the more I worked on the Tiger Slam, the more I became convinced that the Tiger Slam isn't just the best feat in golf history. It's certainly one of the most remarkable feats in sports history.
Of course, he's one of only 2 people to have ever won 3 majors in one year, the other being Ben Hogan, of course, in 1953. But Hogan didn't play in the PGA Championship. So,
schedule problems.
Yeah, so maybe there's an asterisk there. But I think every golf fan has a favorite Tiger stat. I know I do, or at least a fact. For me, it's the 142 consecutive tournaments where he made the cut, or at least didn't miss the cut. You got one in particular, one fact, one Tiger fact from all that time that blows you away?
I've got many, actually, from these 4 events. Not to 3-putt at Pebble Beach, as Sir Nick mentioned those
on
greens. To somehow avoid 112 bunkers at the Old Course in St. Andrews. And he had some good bounces to do that. It is an astounding thing, but that was intentional. That was the engineering approach that this player brought to his game at the very height of his powers. And I think that's what we're celebrating here 25 years later.
No shortage of words of certainly, I should say no shortage of words about this 2000 and 2001 seasons, which were extraordinary. So much has been written. Why take that on, number one? And number two, is there anything that you learned that you absolutely didn't know, even though you're in the golf business?
I learned many things. I learned a good deal from Butch Harmon. I learned a good deal from Bob May, who you mentioned, who was the one player who went toe-to-toe with Tiger at Tiger's best and gave him all he wanted at that PGA at Valhalla. But there were personal things, too. I think we talk about remembering that 15-stroke margin at the 2000 U.S. Open at Pebble. I don't believe we'll ever see another player win a U.S. Open by 15 shots. It's worth knowing that 3 days after that, what did Tiger Woods do? He shows up in Henderson, Nevada at a qualifier for the U.S. Amateur Public Links so that he can caddy for his friend Jerry Chang. He hides out so as not to make a scene, slips onto the course, 100 degrees outside, puts Jerry Chang's bag on his shoulder, and caddies for him the rest of the day. That's quite a thing for the best golfer of all time to do, out of friendship.
You do think he's the best golfer of all time?
I do think he is, and I think that what he pulled off as magnificent a level of sustained excellence as the cut streak was, I think we've never seen the game played as well as he played it during the Tiger Slam before or since.
So you said you spoke to Butch Harmon, you spoke to a number of other people. I'm guessing the one person that you didn't speak with was Tiger Woods. Did you? I would imagine you attempted to.
Certainly, and let his agent know about the book and what it was about. I think one reason that he might have wanted to talk to me is because there's a certain purity to a book about the Tiger Slam. This is not about scandals. This is not about injuries. This is about the best golf ever played in a very particular stretch, a remarkable stretch of golf. I didn't talk to him, but fortunately, there was a great deal of secondary source material and a lot of other people to talk to. Mark O'Meara was terrific as well, and I think it winds up being a complete picture of what happened in those 4 majors.
Did you ever get close to speaking with him, or was it just denied out of hand?
Hello there. You can nod at Tiger and go from there. I watched a lot. I think one of the remarkable things to find out about him, yet another one, is the determination, the studiousness that he brought to his craft at that time. That he would go to Golf Channel studios, then in Orlando, to look at tape of old tournaments, old majors, to see, is there a break of a putt? Is there a bounce here? Is there anything that I can pick up? When you bring that in, when you bring in a swing that he had remade with Butch Harmon, took the greatest swing in the game and remade it in order to win more majors, in order to hit it straight enough and long enough to win U.S. Opens. After he wins that U.S. Open by 15 shots, he sends a pin flag to Butch saying, they said I couldn't do this.
You know, throughout his amateur career and at the beginning of his professional career, Tiger played Titleist as his golf ball, but soon switched over famously to a golf ball made by Nike. Was there a ripple effect, I understand, to what happened after Tiger started playing the Nike ball in the industry?
There really was. He, again, took an engineering approach to his game. He is willing to try out this new ball, a Nike ball made by Bridgestone, that this is going to influence the whole history, the whole future history of the game of golf, because Titleist did have another ball in development. If you're Titleist, you don't have to rush it to market. You already have the #1 ball in golf. But after Tiger starts to win with this Nike ball made by Bridgestone, Phil Mickelson, among others, was saying, well, this guided missile that this guy's playing, has Titleist got anything in the works that might be like that? Suddenly we see the ramp up and the introduction that same year of a ball called the Pro V1, and that changes things quite a bit.
And speaking of golf balls, Tiger almost ran out of them at Pebble Beach that Saturday morning. On the 18th hole. That was almost a piece of history that would have been rewritten. That's
a moment of comedy in the Tiger Slam, that there are only so many of these Nike Tour accuracies, as they were called, in the whole world at that time. So Steve Williams can't jog off to the pro shop and get some more. Tiger has to play the last one. He hooks one halfway to Hawaii, as Tiger put it. They're down to their last ball. He's hanging out a big draw over the Pacific. Fortunately for Steve Williams' blood pressure, it came to land on dry ground.
It was a remarkable year, as we've been talking about for the last few minutes. Of those 3 major championships, and we should say most golf fans will know that he went on to win the Masters in 2001, so he actually held all 4 major titles at one time, something that Tiger's very, very proud of. But which one of those 3 majors do you think is the most remarkable when we look back on them?
I think the most remarkable, you have to look at the 2000 U.S. Open. To win a major by 15 strokes, to win a U.S. Open by 15 strokes. The most dramatic, however, was at Valhalla, when he faced off against Bob May in a remarkable playoff. And Bob May is the one who forced Tiger Woods to make a slippery downhill 6-footer just to make a playoff.
Yet another highlight. Kevin Cook, the book is called The Tiger Slam, the inside story of the greatest golf ever played. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the publication of your 13th book.
Thanks, Jimmy.
All right, good to be with you.